and welcome to episode 721 of Hard Factor. I'm Will. We got Mark, Wes, and Pat, full crew today. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. It is Tuesday, June 29th, 2021. How you boys doing? Feeling good? I don't have anything for shopkeeping at the top, so I'm just flying blind right now.
Still doing terrible, spending $125 a night at the Holiday Inn.
Oh, really? So you're still stuck in the Holiday Inn, Mark?
Yep. It's 85 degrees in my house. Now the cats are starting to get a little too hot. Just a nightmare scenario in Austin, Texas. Can't wait to leave. Can't wait to move.
You look like not sweaty at all.
No, not in this room. The Holiday Inn, that's $125 a night for me to stay unsweaty.
Oh, I was kidding. You look kind of sweaty. You look like maybe.
No. Well, I was just over at the house.
I've been thinking about what we could do for the cats if this continues. I know a guy with a metal saw, and I'm thinking we cut a little cat door out of the fridge so they can go in and out of the fridge when they get too hot. I think that's a solution that they would appreciate.
What kind of technology would you need to
you wouldn't need much.
Keep it cool in the fridge.
You've been in like a walk-in at a restaurant or like a grocery store. It's just like at a grocery store. They have where the meat is. They have just that thick plastic sheet,
like Under Siege, where he was hiding. They had to get
just like Under Siege.
Yeah. Okay, right. I like it. Well, we need to get on that because who knows when an air conditioner can get out to help you in Austin, Texas, because there's too many people that live here, and everyone's air conditioners broke. So
yeah,
might never get fixed. Might have to cancel my trip to Florida.
Well, hopefully not. They got it. They got to get it done before then.
I hate
really. Yeah, I was gonna say West is also going out of town. Otherwise, it's on West taking the cats. But
so 2020 is really just torn Austin, Texas down.
I can't stand Austin, Texas anymore. It used to be my favorite place in the world. It's run its course and then some. I can't stand it here.
Well, yeah, I mean, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan move in, have more money, more problems. Who said that?
It was Puff Daddy.
Yes, well, they were very smart.
And Mace, yeah.
I haven't experienced that yet.
You're still in love with Austin?
No, I just the more money, more problems thing. I don't see how. I can't see how that's an issue.
It seems to be more other people's money, more my problems.
Well, correct. Yeah, the people who live there get fucked by the new rich people who move in. That's you guys. I mean, that's
it's like the more
gentrification 101, expansion 101.
Right.
I mean, that's what
money you come across, the more problems you see.
Right. I mean, Mace was correct.
Right.
So Mace also illiterate and a man of God. So.
Yeah, now he's like a priest or something or pastor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't give many sermons from the Bible.
Well,
because he can't read.
Oh, right.
Exactly.
He didn't read the text.
Just from the heart.
Just off the top.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of good insights.
Yeah. I would go to a Mace sermon all day.
Oh, the public school system failed him. Al Green, you can still go see him give sermons in Memphis.
Nice. I bet those are electric. Al Green, what a performer.
Pretty good, huh?
What a musician. I mean, just his best stuff is fantastic. All right. Anything else?
No.
What topics we're gonna?
Right. It's 190 in Portland, right?
What? 190 degrees?
No, I was being facetious, but it is 114.
It is the Western United States is having a scorching year, way hotter than normal. So
that's unusual, yeah.
Yeah. Hope that doesn't lead to big.
Hope their ACs are working.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do the news. Daily Buzz is up first. Today's observances. It is June 29th. So we've got Camera Day. The big observance that is Camera Day. Feast of Saints Peter and Paul. Hug Holiday. Wow. National Almond Butter Crunch Day. National Camera Day. And Waffle Iron Day. So just a bunch of really nothing notable at all. At all.
Well, Waffle Iron Day is pretty good.
Yeah, but we're a flapjack podcast. So
it's true.
Did we get to the bottom of that?
Well, we were berated by many of the listeners who prefer waffles and French toast to flapjacks, but
yeah, overall the Hive it seems like to be a waffle group.
Yeah. Bubba's staring daggers at us right now.
I mean, it's better for toppings.
Bringing this up,
we know that waffles are better for toppings. So
they hold them better, but yeah.
And this is their day, Waffle Iron Day. Okay,
there you go.
You know what I figured out? Just a quick tip is I made pancakes the other day, And a lot of the recipes online, the generic recipes are pretty good. Like if you don't use the mix, you actually make them like out of flour and milk and eggs. Do about half of the baking powder that they recommend, because then you'll get those little denser. They won't fluff up so much. I don't like fluffy pancake. They give you a little crisp. They give you a little crisp on the
you
edges.
don't like fluffy pancakes.
Not
Me neither,
as
Wes.
fluffy as some of them, but and this way you get a little crisp on the edges, which is just amazing.
That's
is
nice.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You got to use a ton of butter.
Don't use as much baking powder as they ask, and you'll be good.
I will say I've never heard of pancake fries, so there's a one up for waffles.
Isn't that kind of like churros?
Is it?
Pancake fries?
There's
But they're
French
not
toast
called pancake fries.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're slightly. Okay. Today in history, June 29th. In 1613, London's Globe Theatre was destroyed by a fire as a result of a pyrotechnic accident during a Shakespeare play. Then the British made another unfortunate mistake 154 years later, passing the Townshend Revenue Act in 1767 on June 29th. That led directly to the American Revolution, which then in turn led to another huge moment 240 years after that, when Apple released the first iPhone to the market, the US market, on June 29th, 2007. So that's this day in history.
Changed everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
it really did. Lots of big events.
You remember when the that iPhone came out, and then you could also get the iPod
It was the same. Yeah.
way cheaper, so you could look like you had an iPhone, but really it was just an iPod. But it had
that.
Wi-Fi, so
Yeah, I had that iPod. It was like, but yeah, you weren't nearly as cool as the people. With the iPods. We couldn't afford them in 2007. All right, on to the buzz. Honorable mentions. Thoughts go out to David Pasternak and his girlfriend. They lost a baby boy, Vigo, at 6 days old. Sadly.
so
Oh,
sad.
my God.
Really, really sad. Number 5, the Supreme Court Justice. I'm going to start that over. Number 5, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas wrote an opinion on Monday that federal marijuana laws may now be unconstitutional since the various departments of the federal government are inconsistent in how they handle a plant that is technically illegal according to Congress. So Justice Thomas noted that Congress has also prohibited the Justice Department from using its funds to pursue state legal medical marijuana businesses, yet the IRS continues to enforce its rules against those same businesses. The topic came up because the court refused to hear a case about granting tax exemptions to a Colorado weed business because I guess you can't grant tax exemptions on something that Congress technically considers illegal. So thanks a lot, Congress. Maybe grow up. And
What does it mean for us
marijuana.
potheads? Will?
That sounds bad. That sounds bad. Is that bad?
No, I mean, it's good. It means it's a
It's
Supreme
good.
Court justice, one of the most conservative ones, basically thinks that, hey, if you are going to be wishy-washy about the federal prohibition, maybe you should consider getting rid of it since you are
Okay.
taxing everybody
good.
and whatnot.
That's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a dumb idea to start back in the early 1900s. Funny enough, California was the first state to make marijuana illegal in 1915, followed by the feds in 1937.
Pretty sure it was Ronald Reagan that did that.
Yeah, no, I don't think was he
Yeah.
alive in 1915?
Yeah.
He was
It's
probably
just-
youngin back then. Yeah.
Weird to think California was the first ones to get rid of it, and also the first, basically. I mean, besides Colorado.
I mean,
first to
it's
okay.
time to stop holding on to. Get out of the way. Get out of the way of the green train. You know,
I'm so
get
excited.
off the tracks.
Those guys that won't. Okay, so like there's the guys that wouldn't smoke dope when it was illegal just because like they respect the law guys, and half of those dudes will smoke dope when they're in a legal state, but then there's the other half that are like, it's still federal legal, so I'm going to stay out of it. A lot of these people are also like ex-military, so they'll try shit. I can't wait until it becomes federally legal, and then to watch those dudes just enjoy the sweet toke
Love it.
of
Just
the
love
reef.
it.
Well, the
Millions of people are gonna be like, "Whoa."
Whoa!
The thing
what was
about
I
it is-
thinking?
Yeah.
the thing about it is most states have state laws at this point on marijuana. So what's the point if like half the states where it's legal already and half
Treat
the
it like
states are illegal?
alcohol. Knock it
Right.
off. Knock it off.
Unless you're running a fucking dispensary and you're worried about the feds coming in and fucking you up, just go by the states.
No, which they can't. That's the problem, Wes. So the feds aren't like going after these businesses yet. They can't be like get
Weren't they doing that
regular
in
rules like the
California?
IRS.
They
Like,
were
yeah,
in
but-
California
yeah.
as recently as 5 years ago.
Yeah.
right, but now that they don't, It's like, so if you're going to say that it's illegal across the board, then it's illegal across the board. But now they're saying it's legal sometimes, like for the feds to not, like for the DOJ to not prosecute these businesses, but then illegal in the case
get it
of
off
like,
get it off the federally illegal drug list.
It's legal to
let the
own
states
it.
decide.
It's legal to buy it, and if you're the proprietor of a hash shop, it's legal to.
While you're at it, get all the non-violent weed dealers out of jail.
right. According to Congress, it's illegal to have it unless they can take your tax money for it. So I think that's their official stance at this point, which Justice Thomas rightfully thinks should be reviewed. Number 4, team sports. Defending World Cup champions France in soccer. They went out of the Euro tournament to Switzerland on Monday in a massive surprise loss by penalty shootout. That's immediately after dealing with Sign Lady at Tour de France. So sacre bleu for the French. It's been bad couple of days for them. So.
What if she was at that event? What if she was at the game?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Distracting the goalie.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back the guillotine for that lady.
Oh yeah, they should.
They should bring it back for everybody involved in this last couple of days. Spain also outscored Croatia in extra time. Both games on Monday had a shitload of goals. Very entertaining for soccer. England versus Germany is today, and Sweden versus Ukraine is also today. In the NBA, the Suns are about to try and close out the Clippers as we record, and the Bucks are looking pretty good after Trae Young got hurt by a ref in Game 3. So
you said something mean to him?
I stepped on his foot and then like hurt his ankle. So
how many days away are we from a tearful apology in French from the Sign Lady? Because they're gonna find her.
yeah,
You think they'll find her?
Let me ask better question. Do they find the Sign Lady or the guy that shot up Times Square first?
The guy at Times Square for sure.
You think? Because they have like a 2 or 3 day head start on Sign Lady.
They might find Sign Lady's body, but they might not, that might be it. That's
what happened in Times Square.
Oh man, some fucking a-hole shot up a Marine, with his family.
Well, it's
broad daylight in Times Square.
So that's way worse than Sign Lady.
Oh, 100% worse.
Yeah.
But they're looking for both. They're both on the loose right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I hope they find the New York guy.
Right?
Yeah.
I also hope
cares
they
about
Brad Sign Lady out of France.
I'm hoping that Sign Lady makes another appearance with the sign at a sporting event.
Oh, that would be epic.
Dude, if it was closer to Halloween, Sign Lady would be a huge Halloween costume this year.
It's like the fan man that came flying into all the different sporting events. I hope she just shows up with like, hey, grandma and grandpa, to like all these big events.
that guy killed himself.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fan
well,
From the boxing match that he wrecked.
That boxing match. After that, he killed himself.
They found him dead in the woods. That's what I'm saying. Sign Lady's probably going to go the same way.
Oh,
okay.
Wait, Wes. He
This was a
suicided
team
himself?
sports
Or
segment.
it was an accident?
How did we get here?
I'm pretty sure he suicided himself. Fan guy.
Well, we got to New York Times
All
shooting
right,
and
guys.
multiple suicides. Okay.
Finally, in the NHL, the Lightning and Habs are playing Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals right now. The Lightning are up 1-0 as of time of recording.
James Muller, he hung himself. James Miller, he hung
Nice
himself.
parachute cord or what?
No,
Good.
just
Good
giving you
for
the facts.
Good for the Lightning, Will. It looks like it's a big year
Okay.
for Tampa.
Number 3, keep it in sports. Hopefully it goes different this time. Individual sports on number 3. The UFC is punishing Francis Ngannou for not wanting to defend his heavyweight title 3 months in. He was supposed to fight Derek Lewis to defend the belt at UFC 265 on August 7th. But now, since he says he's not ready, Lewis gets Cyril Gane at UFC 265 for the interim heavyweight belt. So love that Derek Lewis has an easier path to the belt, but pretty fucked up for Francis Ngannou, right? Like is that normal, Mark, to have to defend your belt like every 3 months?
No, it's not normal. Usually,
so-
not at all.
So they don't like him or what?
I mean, if you fight 4 times in a year, which is every 3 months, that's a very active year. Usually people fight twice a year at that level.
Okay. So the UFC must have a beef with Ngannou or something, right?
I think they have a lack of stars, and they're trying to combat all the boxing matches going on with their ex-stars and with the Paul brothers and with all the box. So they need
pressure.
Ngannou's like their biggest star right now. He's a star. He's a heavyweight champion. He knocks everyone's fucking head off. So they want him fighting. I guess he's healthy, so they want him fighting as often as possible.
Yeah. So
Did you guys see? Speaking of UFC, they're launching a cryptocurrency. Did you guys see that?
I saw that. Yeah.
Right.
No.
So there was a new coin that launched on or got listed on Coinbase called Chills, right? And I guess it's part of this website called Socios, which is going to be like a governance token where like it's essentially like, depending on how much token you have, you can vote and your vote is valued. Anyway, UFC is going to be doing that in some sort of governance way. So I think that might be determining who is fighting for the belts down the line. Did you guys hear about this at all?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
No, I didn't hear about it as a vote thing, but
That's
awesome.
cool. I
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
launching it. They're launching the UFC fork of it next week or next month. I'm excited to see what it is, how it plays out.
But
Maybe
then
they
Wales
should
could
pay their
just-
fighters more.
Right. That's a good option. Also, the Wales could totally influence who fights for which belts.
Right. It's pretty cool.
For sure.
They're doing
Yeah,
it
no,
in
that would suck. But I mean, okay.
European soccer too. The other people that are adopting it. This governance token for sports. Socios. I don't know. Check it out. I found it yesterday.
Wow. Sociopaths.
All right, number 2, Scottie Pippen. Scottie is on a tear. After being clearly hammered on TV Sunday night, he then called Phil Jackson a racist on the Dan Patrick Show, and that trended all day Monday. So here's a mixtape of his bender that I pulled together with help from Mark and Wes identifying which clips. And for the listeners, I'm about to play it, but please be advised, Scottie has a bottle of whiskey in the foreground of all of these shots.
It's his new whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, his new whiskey. Here we go.
He likes it.
Kobe played in the era where the game had a little bit of physical power to it, where you could kind of put hands on LeBron and KD are playing in an era where basketball is freedom. So
Look at his eyes.
He's got a whole wall of the whiskey behind
I
him.
want to put Michelle Obama on that side of the table.
Michelle Obama. Have you ever met her?
But all of
Look at
that
that
I understand
face.
from the basketball standpoint. But when you say a racial move,
Well, why would Tony, who was a rookie, get the last second shot and you put me out of bounds? That's what I mean, racial. Michael Jordan is not there. So who's next in line for you?
but have you talked to Phil about
He's
this?
been drinking whiskey.
Because by saying a racial move, then you're calling Phil a racist.
I don't got a problem with that.
Damn.
Do you think Phil was or is?
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you remember Phil Jackson left the Lakers, wrote a book on Kobe Bryant, and then came back and coached him?
All right. So that's what Scottie has been up to for the last 24 hours.
We gotta get Scotty a new
before
PR
taping.
guy. And
Here's any PR guy.
the Clooney's of the worlds and the Ryan Reynoldses of the worlds, the guys that own liquors but know to not drink it, actually drink it when they're promoting it, need to have a chat with Scotty.
I don't know, Pat. You know what this entire thing makes me want to do? Buy
Yeah,
Scottie
drink some
Pippen's whiskey because it
Hammered.
works.
Yeah.
It works.
It does. It
Tank
does
your
work.
public image 10 points.
It works.
Oh, no, I mean,
He's having the time of his life.
for
He doesn't-
Pippen,
yeah.
long term, not great. But
No.
today, this week, yeah, he's
This
I'm with
weekend, I want to get my hands on some Pippen whiskey.
you. He's enjoying himself.
Is it called Larsa? Is that the name? Did they name it Larsa?
Larson.
You got to wonder what's
know.
happening at home.
We know what's happening. He's fucking distraught.
He's sending drunk text messages.
Yeah.
The
That's
whiskey's
what's
not
happening.
selling.
He's on
Going
social media a little too much.
Yeah.
Looking at Larsa and he's just pounding that whiskey.
Yeah, sorry, Scotty. But yeah, I mean, definitely, he really went at Phil Jackson there.
That's a big allegation.
Was Phil Jackson? I mean, because watching the Last Dance, like Phil Jackson and him seem to have a pretty decent relationship, right?
They won 6 championships. It all fell apart when 2 things would happen with Pippen. One, he quit on the team, one championship game. He was like sick or something or injured, and he just went. He didn't play, sick or
Sat
injured.
out.
Jordan was like, "What a bitch." That was in the documentary. And then the other was when Jordan was playing baseball. They were playing like the Knicks in Game 6 of like the Eastern Conference semis, or I don't think it was the
I think
championship.
that's what he's referring to in that.
The Kukoc was the
Yeah,
biggest
Kukoc
incident.
play.
Tony Kukoc was their best shooter, so and probably Pippen was getting double teamed. So Phil Jackson drew up a game-winning play that Kukoc hit the shot, and Pippen refused to get off the bench because he wanted the shot, and that became like a big deal. But they won the game, and it's like, okay, but you won the
Kukoc
game.
isn't going to be doubled.
Yeah. Also, let's talk about races. Kukoc is really the different race here. He's from whatever goddamn country is in America.
Right.
So Phil Jackson's really, extending a hand of
He's
diplomacy.
anti-American. Well, that's
Yeah. And
Racist
also,
and anti-American.
also
Very
Scotty
troubling.
is is still bitter about the terrible contract that they gave him.
His pay, yes.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what he should be bitter about is when he went to the Trailblazers and they were up 3-1 on the Lakers against Kobe and Shaq, and they blew it, including a 17-point lead going into the fourth quarter of Game 7 that they lost by 10. So, I mean, shut up, Scotty. You're one of my favorite players, but, come on. What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, he's sliding down on everybody's list.
What are you doing?
That. Bad week for Scottie Pippen.
Mhm.
Number 1 in the buzz today, North Korea is very concerned with the quote-unquote emaciated look of their fearless leader, Kim Jong Un, who is still at least 250 pounds at 5'8", according to estimates from North Korea watchers. Here's the quote from North Korean state TV. Our people's hearts ached most when we saw Kim's emaciated looks. Everyone says their tears are welling up in their eyes naturally. That's
because they know better than anyone how bad it sucks to be starving, and they're really feeling it.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, you guys saw a picture of his transformation there. He simply appears to be approaching a relatively healthy weight for a 37-year-old male.
Yeah,
even though he's a ruthless dictator, I'm sure he just doesn't want to have a heart attack like his father and his grandfather, and so he lost a little bit of weight, and that's the buzz.
Maybe they're scared because they're like, if this guy doesn't even have food, then we're really fucked.
It's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they are having a really hard time, Mark, due to COVID. He says it's like COVID has crippled the country entirely. So maybe he's trying to lose weight to like sell that to all the people who are probably
I'm having a hard time. I only have 50 whores this month.
Right. I think that's what the doctor told him is, listen, at your weight, the amount of women that are in your pleasure squad, you're going to die any day. So you better tone it down a little bit if you want to continue this amazing lifestyle that you have.
Yeah. Do you like the pleasure squad?
Yeah.
Do you want to continue the pleasure squad?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want to sleep with their children? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
KJU, by North Korean watchers, monitors, they say that they estimate he dropped from 308 pounds to somewhere around
245.
That's a square man. At his height, that is a square. He's coming up straight up on a square.
He's still obese in America, probably under our shit standards.
He's still like 5'8", 250, but he's much healthier probably now than 5'8", 308.
He went from 10 ladies to 20 ladies, and now he's probably much happier in one night.
That's true. His stamina is probably really up there now.
Yeah.
He can dunk more people in the piranha tank. He can do more pleasure squad.
Yeah. Good for him.
I'm ready to take you on, Rodman. Let's play one-on-one.
All right, guys. 42-year-old Robert Golwitzer. He's one of us. He's from Ankeny, Iowa. There he is. Just look at him. He looks like a nice guy. Try not to let the jail stripes judge him. Don't judge him too hard. He's one of us, though. Okay. You see, what happened to Robert on Saturday night is an atrocity. And my not up for grabs heart goes out to him because he did something that all of us at one point in time have wanted to do. He called in a bomb threat to a restaurant for getting his order wrong. The restaurant, McDonald's, the incorrect order has not 100% been disclosed yet. But what we do know at the time of this recording is some asshole forgot his dipping sauce for his McNuggets, something that is just inexcusable and punishable by death, if you ask me. So.
I back this up. So we wrapped the Fatathon last week, and I don't know what it is about. Like, I did okay. I did pretty good. Lost 20 pounds. I don't know what it is about like achieving something where like you want to immediately hurt it and like just regress. So I was like, I'm getting some late night McDonald's, and again, my ongoing battle with specific instructions that I'm giving to these delivery drivers and them just not paying attention at all. But I ordered honey mustard and they came with hot mustard, and I wanted to find the guy's family.
Yep.
Big mistake.
Absolutely.
Bomb threat.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's what this guy did.
I threw the nuggets in the trash.
Did you
Did
really?
you really? Oh man.
No,
I didn't like that.
Shut up.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I mean, straw, maybe fine.
You used that hot mustard.
I fucking ate the hot mustard.
You used the hot mustard? You didn't even audible to a home sauce?
It just means I'm going to have to order again to get the order perfect.
Oh, McNuggets and ranch, though, like a home ranch, so gross. Have you ever done that? Oh,
Well, you
off.
could
No.
but you need to do like a siracha ranch or something. You got to spice it up a little bit.
You're making your own sauces over there.
Oh yeah, you got sriracha mayo,
A little aioli.
You're not blending sauce at home. I'm saying you're way back.
He's got the belt with like the sauces on him. He can like.
He's got the sauce gun.
Yeah, he's got the sauce gun on his
I
belt.
should get a fucking sauce gun in the kitchen.
That's a good idea. Anyway, so yeah, napkins, straw, maybe okay, but something crucial to or an item, death. Now, what we have to ask is this his fault? There are two scenarios here. One, he went through the drive-through himself, and like an idiot, he trusted the employees to give him the dipping sauce, carelessly pulling away before checking his bag and asking for more. Or what happened to Pat happened, in which case the man's actions are completely justifiable. So here's the news clip. I'm just going to play for you. It gives you all the details and give it another.
An Ankeny man is facing a felony charge tonight after he became upset over an incorrect McDonald's order. Police tell us they arrested John Golwitzer Jr. on Saturday. They say Golwitzer was upset that he didn't get dipping sauce with his chicken McNuggets. He called the restaurant State Street and Ora Labor Road, mentioning the store blowing up and someone punching an employee. Golwitzer came to the
someone
police
was.
department and was charged with making a false report for an explosive or incendiary device. That's a Class D felony.
So Class D felony he's getting for calling in a bomb threat.
Come on, drop that.
So what do you guys think? Is this his fault? If he went through the drive-through,
It's absolutely his fault on being a dumbass of doing a bomb threat, but it should be a fucking misdemeanor. There's no how is that a felony?
A bomb threat? How is a bomb threat a felony?
I guess is that always a felony all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a drive-through situation because here's what happened. McDonald's inside closes at midnight, usually 11.
This was 5:20 p.m.
Oh, okay. I
Saturday.
was thinking maybe he had a couple cocktails and that maybe influenced.
He's just an angry guy.
He probably still had a couple cocktails at 5:20 p.m.
That's a good point.
He just trusted him a little too much, and it came back to bite him in the ass.
What if they did give him the sauce and he like just misplaced it?
Oh, that'd be awesome. He gets home from jail and the sauce is sitting on the counter.
Oh
That'd be
man,
amazing. It just fell out of the bag the wrong way.
Yeah, it's in his car somewhere.
Yeah, it's in his car.
But I don't
That'd be
understand
incredible.
the rage because I knew when it happened to me, it was the Uber Eats driver that didn't pay close enough attention. I'm putting it on the driver, right? The person's handling the food.
You're assuming that.
But the reason I had so much rage in me is because I sat and I watched the fucking app just lie to me for an hour before someone actually picked up my order and then brought it to me and then couldn't find the fucking place and I had to go outside of my apartment.
All of the food delivery apps do that though. They lie about where they're at.
They're liars. And then I get upstairs and I'm hungry because I've waited an hour since I thought about the McDonald's and I've just been thinking about the sauces. And so I see how my rage culminated at that point. This guy, I don't know. You got to be at your house probably, right?
He was at his house.
Pat, this guy's hair trigger, man. It just takes one. Just takes one step. It doesn't need to be 3 fuck-ups.
But he got home and looked in the bag, or
that's what I'm assuming. Is he got home? He sat down. He had his setup ready to go. He pulled the McNuggets out, and then he realized that he was fucked.
He was halfway through rummaging through the bag. He started muttering about a bomb threat. Am I going to have to call a bomb threat? Yeah. That was when he was working himself up. Is when he started to realize. Right. The bag didn't contain what he wanted to contain. Right. He's like, bomb.
Okay. The thing is, are these McDonald's employees maybe going to think twice before they slack off next time? I think so. I think this guy's a hero.
Yeah, I guarantee you, if you get a bomb threat, you start putting sauces in bags. Right. Yeah.
How many years is he facing for this charge?
Probably a couple.
We should start a GoFundMe.
Could you imagine him explaining to other people in jail what he's in for?
Oh man,
could be a fucking hero. This is like
that's an embarrassing crime.
When you have to
explain that, like on a job interview.
No prison gang is going to want you to join.
Everyone's going to get it though.
Yeah, everyone will understand.
Nobody will get it.
Everyone will understand. Be like, oh damn.
I don't think they're gonna go out of their way to beat him up, but they're gonna laugh at him.
And you didn't realize till you got home, right? And you had your whole setup up.
Is there any way?
man.
Is there any way it's in your car?
I
On
mean,
the
people
same
will
shit.
get him. People will get him doing this, but they're not going to hire him.
No,
then.
they're not. Yeah, they're not going to want him to join the
gonna be
gang.
Like,
No.
I forgive him. He's will probably show good judgment in the future.
This
And
is like
they're
that
gonna sauce
guy.
prank him the entire time. They're going to
Oh,
give
dude.
everyone else sauce but him at the
If you're
cafeteria.
this guy's friend,
Yeah.
it's
This-
now forever. Just sauce pranks.
This is like
Yeah,
that
it's sauce
guy
pranks, all jail sentence.
in the late 1940s who was a New York City bus driver, and he literally, instead of making a right to go to his route, he made a left and then drove all the way to Hollywood, Florida, and got charged with larceny, stealing a bus. And everyone loved that he just said "fuck it" and drove to the beach so hard that they dropped the charges and he got rehired. That's the way. That's the modern day equivalent of this.
I don't know. This
guy's
is a
not
little
getting that deal.
different. Yeah,
How?
They called in a bomb threat
because he called in a bomb threat over
over
one
a
sauce.
sauce.
Yeah, because he's ridiculous.
If you call it a bomb threat over a sauce, I
He's
mean,
principled.
I feel bad for him because I can understand the rage, but
People are going to try to get him upset in prison with sauce.
oh,
pranks.
that's a gigantic lapse in judgment by
Yeah.
this man. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, watch, we're going to set him off.
Let's start a
He made-
GoFundMe for him. I like that.
That McDonald's that much better for you
I
guys.
don't know if this is the guy to start a GoFundMe for.
It's fun.
He's going to disappoint us again. I mean,
I want to talk to him.
okay. I mean, I'm down with getting him on the show.
okay. The
I
very
don't think
least.
will he be allowed to discuss the case?
I
Let's
think
hear
we'll
him
have to
out.
send Bubba or Cam to him as a lawyer trick situation to get him
Yes.
to talk, probably, because I know he doesn't have one.
That's true. We can all pretend to be lawyers. He seems pretty dumb. We can just get him on the show, and we'll be doing the show pretending to be lawyers.
Don't badmouth him on this show, Mark.
Okay, sorry. you just wait and see. This guy's
Son,
gonna let you down
son,
again.
you're gonna be a millionaire. Let me tell you.
All right. Are you guys stressed, tired, just don't
Yes.
feel like cooking? Yeah, me too. Maybe just had a baby and then you end up ordering in every night and it just is expensive and shitty. Well, you don't have to do that anymore because Freshly, our sponsor, offers quality meals without the hard work of prepping, cooking, and cleaning. I don't know if you guys have messed with any of these meal services before. If you haven't, Freshly's the best and they're fantastic. It's really quality food. It's super easy to make. It's chef-made, nutrient-packed, delicious meals delivered fresh to your door. No cooking required. Grocery shopping and cooking can be a pain, especially right now, right? And Freshly, with Freshly, you don't have to grocery shop. It's easy. It comes right to your door. Ordering super easy. You just go to freshly.com and choose from over 30 delicious, satisfying, better-for-you meals like steak, peppercorn, sausage, baked penne, or their chicken pesto bowl. Fantastic. And they can fit your lifestyle with variety of plans and meals to pick from that work for your dietary needs. So if you're a fat ass like us and you want to lose some lbs, maybe for a wedding or I don't know, beach season's kind of already here, but one easy way to do that is to control your caloric intake. A lot of people think it's exercise. It's not. It's caloric intake. Freshly can help you do that. Just eat the Freshly meals. Simple.
Done.
Yeah, and they have lighter ones, heavier ones, so you can customize everything you want.
Yeah, and our listeners, guys, right now can try Freshly for just $6.16 per meal. What? It's like it's probably what this guy paid for his McDonald's meal before called the bomb threat. That's so cheap, and it's way better than McDonald's. So stop searching for the internet for healthy food near me every night. Start living life freshly. Right now, they're offering our listeners $40 off your first two orders. So go to freshly.com/hard factor. One word. Stop stressing about dinner. Go to freshly.com/hard factor. Get that $40 off your first two orders. That's freshly.com/hard factor.
Quick note about the packaging it arrives in. It's awesome. It's like it comes in an awesome package. They go in the fridge, not the freezer, so you probably have more space in the fridge. And it comes with like bubble wrapped with these two like enormous ice packs that are gelatin that like are like eco-friendly. So you can let them. You can either put them in your freezer and have the first night with the AC out, I just took one of their Freshly ice packs and put it on my back and slept in my house in 85-degree weather. Like they're just these like awesome ice packs.
Mark, we're
that
trying to
comes
give
with
people
it.
to order Freshly, not think about your back.
Well, look, I'm just saying that the packaging, if
You
you're
can
worried
use
about
the
like
entire
dry ice, the packaging it comes in is
The
beautiful.
cats can use the
That's
box.
Cool.
The cats
Yeah,
can use a
it keeps
box
you cool.
as a toy.
Don't poo poo this, Pat. This is good salesmanship. So
I'm sorry. You're right.
Pillow.
yeah, that was really rude. All right.
Gets
Go
hot
ahead.
over there. Guys, in a classic flip-flop, the Make-A-Wish Foundation has killed its previous policy that all critically ill children be vaccinated before their wish could be granted.
Good call.
What the fuck?
Good call. Flipping on that.
Yeah. Well, back on June 24th, the Make-A-Wish Foundation CEO Richard Davis said
just a few days ago.
Yep, he said the
Dick
foundation
Davis.
Dick Davis. Oh, Dickie Daves, deep dick in the kids. He said that the foundation would continue granting wishes, including airfare and overnight stays, to those who had completed their vaccination, saying, quote,
"What the fuck?
All Wish participants, including your Wish kid and any siblings, will need to be 2 weeks past completion of either 1-dose or 2-dose vaccines." And,
Pat, you're referring to terminally ill children, right?
well,
Correct.
I think it goes without saying that. Are these kids already on the clock enough? You know, can we?
Well, yeah, but they're under 12, a lot of them too, which the vaccine isn't
Correct.
approved for
and
yet.
they're undergoing treatment, which the vaccine. I mean, the parents
You said their family members too, like some guys like uncle. If the uncle wanted to accompany him, and he could ruin the trip if he was
exactly. Yeah. No, look, I mean, okay, I understand what
terrible.
Davis is trying to do there, which is
he's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
What he's trying to do.
Why would he implement this policy? I can get it for the non-kids, but wherever you go with kids, they don't have to for the most part, they're not applied to any of these COVID things because they don't really get it. If they do get it, they don't get sick usually. So
here's the thing: give them the wish,
right? Quickly.
Well, right, but
Right.
okay, hold on. He's trying to protect the people working with the Make-A-Wish Foundation to make the wishes come true, but I don't know. For the last 41 years, they've been putting those workers as volunteers at risk of catching cancer from these kids, and now they're worried about COVID. That I don't understand. You know, it's like one is a little bit more serious than the other. So I'm kidding, guys. Okay, so here's the deal.
Aren't all these workers probably vaccinated too? Like,
yeah,
so
they probably
they're fine.
are.
They're okay.
They
The
probably
helpers.
are. I like how
it's probably their choice. I mean,
so what's really funny about this story is immediately two of my co-hosts, one of them nailed an obvious thing, right? Which is children under 12 are not supposed to be vaccinated. And the other one assumed that these were terminal kids, right? Which is pretty much what the internet was split on. One of the things is right. One of the things is wrong. So it's a common misconception that it's terminal kids. It's not. But
now it's kids undergoing cancer treatment.
Yeah, it's critically ill is the term.
Okay, critically ill, undergoing cancer treatment, and they may potentially have their treatment fucked up by this.
Pull through.
Do any of these critically ill kids ever turn for the worse all of a sudden?
Well, I mean, time
all the
does
time.
tell, Mark.
All the time.
Well, okay, look, here's the specific statement.
Why does that matter?
That they gave.
What I'm saying is it might be their last chance. Give them the wish. Critically ill is not good. So like
critically ill or what? There's no real distinction there. They have like stage 4 cancer.
They have give them the fucking wish is what they have.
Right.
If they're on the fucking list of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they got some big problems.
Send John Cena to them because that's what he does like half of these anyways.
He does a lot. He must be fucking busy as shit, right? It's just like imagine if you were the go-to guy, if you were a child's hero. Essentially, all you got to spend most of your life dealing with sick kids. Anyway, on Sunday, the Make-A-Wish Foundation issued, which is fine. I get dealing with sick kids, but if you're Cena, it's a lot. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
That's why Ken Griffey Jr. retired.
I mean, he collects some big checks to be doing.
Just kidding. Yeah.
They don't pay you. Make-A-Wish Foundation doesn't pay you. You donate your time. They pay for like the flight and like a pair of John Cena underwear, or whatever merch he's selling. But other than that, that's volunteer.
It goes a long way in helping him keep up his tons of contracts.
Who knows? He could say he's okay. Anyway, on Sunday, the Make-A-Wish Foundation issued this statement clarifying its stance. The foundation said that it understands that many children seeking wishes can't be vaccinated because of their illness, right? And that Make-A-Wish will no longer require those children to get a vaccination for the COVID-19 coronavirus, and that, quote, any child fighting a critical illness is eligible for Make-A-Wish. Well, it does not reflect the majority of children we serve. We do occasionally serve children whose medical provider has determined that the child will not survive their illness. And in time-sensitive situations like these, involving an end-of-life diagnosis, a special process has been and will continue to be in place regardless of vaccination status.
So they're not changing it for all kids, only terminally ill kids.
No, Will, I guess what they were trying to do there is just clarify that, like, hey, before you jump down our throat, internet, because this is what every comment was, the majority of the kids we treat are not terminally ill.
They went on to say, but if John Cena's double booked, he's going to the vaxxed kids.
Exactly. Right.
So they totally reverse course 4 days later, or they're not reversing course and saying and explaining.
This was the most obvious reverse course since the Peloton kid got sucked in.
They
and
totally
like, we're not taking the Pelotons off the market.
Right. They're idiots.
Well, because what they're saying is that we understand that certain kids can't get vaccinated. I think they're still saying they want you to be vaccinated.
Oh, they understand that now?
And then they're saying, just to clarify, I know this looks bad with terminals. So, we always had their back, is what they're saying.
Oh, right. Sure.
Yeah. To further complicate things, Tommy
we can send them a John Cena DVD.
Yes, a DVD of John Cena. Hey, Jerry, this is John Cena.
Look-alike in.
Yeah, dubbing in his name, deep faking your son's name.
Heard you didn't get vaxxed.
So this is about the best I can do.
5'7" John Cena.
Look, I don't want to have to wrestle with coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a little bit too fast and furious. Guys, to further complicate things, little Tommy Doherty of Uniontown, Massachusetts, Bubba, could you put up a picture, who's suffering from terminal cancer and was recently approved for a wish from Make-A-Wish Foundation, has stated publicly that his wish is for all boys and girls in the world to be vaccinated. So I don't know what the fuck they're going to do now, because I'm kidding. All right,
Tommy's not terminal, is he?
No, he's terminal. His shit, yeah.
Oh, no.
So it's on you guys.
Fuck.
Yeah, I made Tommy up. All right, let's take it to the internet. Auntie Wainwright, hashtag take off your mask, hashtag scamdemic, says, my nephew happens to be visiting right now. He's 11. He's been sick with the vax for about 2 weeks. He's sitting next to me right now and said, I wish I didn't have the jab.
Oh,
and to that, at Tina M. Duraco said, bless his heart. This is so sad. Sending love and prayers.
Both of them have to be bots.
No, Tina is not. Now, Auntie Wainwright, take off your mask. Scamdemic could be.
That's.
But I got to tell you, if she's a troll, she's very committed. Because the account is always on target.
It's like the same style as the post of the woke people that they're like, my 4-year-old son asked me why racism exists or whatever.
Style.
Yeah,
exactly.
He cried when Joe Biden got elected and said, no more kids in cages.
Exactly. That type of post. Yeah.
Right. And as we said at the top of the show, the CDC does not recommend vaccinating kids under 12 years old. There
was a guy that I told you guys about it. Some guy DM'd me on Instagram. And he DM'd me before, and they were like fairly rational DMs. So like I, would like them or whatever, like respond like cool. And then the one night, like a month ago, he DMs me, and it's just a study that all of the people that are vaxxed are going to die. And I'm like,
yeah,
are you just telling me that I'm going to die? And he's just like,
Life Science News. I had the
he was like, oh, did you get the jab? He goes, well then you're going to die. And I was just like, what the fuck is
Alex
wrong with
Jones,
you?
Well, I think was the first one to.
And I was like, you're a lunatic. And he goes, oh yeah, I've asked 5 other people, and they all think you're going to die too. And I was just like, oh my god.
You know what this reminds me of?
He goes, we'll see who gets the last laugh. And I was like, why would you laugh at that? He goes, it's an expression. I will be crying at my uncle's funeral. My brother-in-law got the jab. My sister-in-law got the jab. It's so heartbreaking. They're all going to die. We'll see who gets the last laugh. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
You guys ever seen the show like the 4400 or Manifest on net? Both of them are on Netflix right now. Or just any show where like some people get something and other people don't, and then it creates a huge rift between the people who get it and the people who don't. And when everybody in society does it,
just
like, that's
calm
the basis
down
of
though.
a lot of shows.
Don't assume either side's going to die. How about that?
No, but people have to be whipped into a frenzy, Mark. You have to understand.
Check your sources. What they don't understand is that the people that published that article are making money because it's sensational and clickbaity, and they clicked on it and then shared it. And
Well, there's so much vaccine disinformation both ways. Like, you could click any day. You can find articles that tell you the vaccines are perfect and wouldn't harm fly.
Will make you immortal.
Immune forever and all this stuff. Or you can find ones that say the vaccine will kill you for sure in 10 years. and that it causes all this other stuff. But they did add heart inflammation to the warnings. The FDA did, but I mean, like, so you know, there's so much disinformation out there. It's not surprising that it has these people.
Not that much disinformation from the people that are vaccinating.
Tell you what's going to kill me is that damn Austin weather. And now it's time for the TikTok international moment.
It's hot over there.
It's hot. Hey guys, good news for us fatties. There is a new guaranteed way to lose weight from scientists in New Zealand's, is it Otago University? Will Otago. So down in Otago University in New Zealand, meet the Dental Slim diet control. If we can get a picture of this thing up above the mouth. Yeah, this is the Dental Slim diet control is the world's first medical weight loss device. The Dental Slim diet control uses metal and magnets to allow for only a 2 millimeter gap between the teeth, no matter how wide you try to open your mouth, meaning that the people they apply this to can only ingest liquids while it's in their mouth. It's functionally quite comfortable, so you don't feel like your jaw's in a steel trap, says University of Otago health science professor Paul Brunton, who has to explain that the steel trap doesn't feel like a steel trap. This is the 5th generation of the device after 5 years. The first 4 didn't work out as well. And all 7 patients that were unfortunate enough to try these things lost a ton of weight. And when asked for comment, one of them said, "It works great. It's great."
I mean, people are got to be pulling their teeth out with this thing, right? Because you eventually open up.
They can't open their mouth.
I know.
They get a delicious burger. Knock a couple teeth out.
Yeah, they claim you can talk and drink though, so it's like opens just wide enough.
Help me out here.
Strong enough to like.
I'm feeling it for the.
Can you liquefy that burger?
There's got to be some guys that picked up on a certain woman who had lower self-esteem because of her weight, right? And expected a certain level of performance from her, and then saw her get this thing. I was like, God damn it!
That's true.
Yeah, it's true. If the doctor's threatening,
I'm not saying that it's normal or should happen, but it does happen.
If the doctor's
saying that chubby chicks giving head this will ruin that.
There you go.
Well,
you're saying chubby chicks are now completely useless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I wasn't saying that. I'm saying there's some guys out there.
That's what you said.
That's what you meant.
I don't particularly believe that to be true.
If the doctor's threatening this device on me, figuring out a way to lose weight before, and the next time I see the doctor.
Do you think
who the
that,
fuck
bro?
People are really going to wear this thing? Are people excited about this?
Some people, it's going to be like forced on people in New Zealand. Yeah.
Dude,
well, so is it. What can't you opt for the stomach staple?
If you have the money, this is probably a lot cheaper.
Well, they won't do the stomach staple. So, like, if you watch 1,000-Pound Sisters, essentially these 2 sisters. One of them they both had to lose 50 or 75 pounds, which at their weight they could do that in a week to get the stomach staple to show the doctor that it's worth his time to do the surgery because they're going to actually do what they need to do afterwards to maintain it. And it's free because TLC's paying for it. And the woman couldn't do it. One of the women couldn't do it.
Well, there's also,
I will say, go ahead.
There's also a new drug out there that's injectable in the US, but there's also a pill form in Britain. And it makes you feel fuller. Which sounds like a lot easier.
Much better than the metal magnet trap on your mouth. Could you imagine? I would like to get like a 700. The people you're talking about, Pat, mic'd up when they get this thing in their mouth and they're just complaining about how they can't eat the entire time. Because that's what
you want to hear screams in the night. Is that what you want to hear?
It doesn't make you less full. It just makes you not able to eat. Yeah.
They'd eat all day. They wouldn't stop eating is what would happen.
But they can't eat. It's just liquid. It's just milk. They'd just be drinking milkshakes all day.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah. Milkshake, please. All right, let's head down to
I saw Coach Doug's commented and he was like, I would just drink milkshakes.
Yeah.
So he would beat the thing.
From where?
Defeat
McDonald's?
the
70% of the machines are broken at any one time. So good luck.
You can buy pints of vanilla ice cream and put ice in a blender. Let's head down to Australia. Good day, mate. Where 2 adult men have been fined $1,000 each by the New South Wales police for violating COVID protocols. What the 30-year-old and 49-year-old male did was get completely naked, sunbathed together on the beach, where they then said they were freaked out by a deer and then both ran into the woods scared and naked and got lost and needed to be rescued by rescue workers that had to use helicopters to find them.
Oh, they didn't get freaked out by a deer.
No,
they were on
it
drugs.
was drugs.
Yeah.
Here's what it looks like to sign while sunbathing naked, startled by a deer. Which is from the New South Wales COVID press conference update this week.
That sign language interpreter was having the time of her life at
Yep.
that press conference.
And like you guys said, there's no way that they were, not sunbathing hammered because they're seeing fake deers. I mean,
Yeah,
they're drunken. They're drunken and high. Yeah.
Is there
Oh, they ran
sarcasm
into the woods to
in
bang,
sign language?
right?
There must be, right? Like in the way
Yeah.
you deliver
She
it.
did the jerk off sign afterwards. Startled by a deer.
Right, exactly.
Rolls her eyes.
Yeah.
They got lost in the woods. I mean, after having like a little,
They were having
little shag in
sex
the
and
woods,
on
yeah.
drugs. Yeah. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Good for them, but they, made up a story that people are buying for some reason. New South Wales Police Commissioner Mick Fuller was not happy with the men saying this, clearly putting people at risk by leaving home without a proper reason. And I think then on top of that, getting lost in the national park and diverting important resources away from the health operation. I think they should be embarrassed. Yeah, I'm sure they are. But Mick, who quit the tough guy act pretty quick once a complete lunatic approached him at that same press conference, and this happened.
So, did you receive my notice of cease and desist?
It's not your time. Sorry.
I understand this. Sorry. No. You were served.
Don't come near me.
You were served with a notice to cease and desist. I captured this earth last year, and I captured everything. I am the prime creator of this earth. I am the. Okay, we'll leave that.
I captured everything on this earth a year ago.
he's the prime creator of the earth.
Yeah, he got right up in the commissioner's face, and the commissioner was like, So,
Yeah. It's amazing how if that happened in America, that guy would have been body slammed and tased.
yeah, this guy's doing a press conference where he believes the story of two guys on drugs seeing a deer, and then another
But
lunatic comes
Australia-
up.
You may be tased and body slammed in America, but in Australia, they just went back into a strict ass lockdown. Like they have some very strict laws there.
I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying
He's saying it's
that's what would
unusual.
happen.
It's unusual to see the police commissioner get approached by a guy handing him a lunatic paper.
Yeah.
and not get slammed.
Here's my crazy paper. Yeah. Anyways, you may not be able to see him, but you sure as shit have heard of him, including on this show earlier. I'm, of course, talking about the 16-time WWE World Champion John Cena. 23-year-old, there he is holding up the belt. 23-year-old Lewis Oldfield of Bradford, UK, is apparently a fan of Cena's as well as a fan of drinking, as he recently changed his legal name to John Cena on a drunken dare. John Cena, the new one, who was a restaurant shift leader, said he was drunkenly wrestling his friends and doing fake WWE intros when John Cena's intro popped up, and he was dared to change his name to John Cena. And 115 pounds and several documents later, and he is now the proud owner of the name John Cena and has a new passport to prove it.
Oh, he should have gone for Jason Bourne though.
Well, anything.
That's better than John Cena.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. He told his mom, who he said couldn't stop laughing at him, but he's scared to tell his dad because he's a big Triple H fan.
What a nut.
Yeah. No, anyways, that's it. Yeah. He
All
likes
right.
the name. He's keeping it. He's cool with it because he's obviously
keeping it.
obsessed with John Cena. He's like, I was waiting for someone to dare me to do this.
Yeah, he's like Will with the sunglasses. Dare me to wear these sunglasses.
Should I change my name to John Cena?
The Aviators are looking pretty good today.
Yeah, they are. All right, got a happy one for you guys to close it up. Call it and make good for yesterday's story I did. As a 6-year-old girl who was abducted by her father over a month ago was found. Was found thanks to one very good boy, a bloodhound named Fred. The girl was first reported missing May 26th in Tennessee's DeKalb County, and Nicholas Reeder, the girl's father, who I guess lost custody of her back in March after the two were found sleeping under a bridge on a cold and rainy night. So after the court stepped in, the father decided to take matters into his own hands, kidnap the girl, and hide in what police are describing as an outbuilding on his expansive property. I guess that's how they didn't locate him sooner, seeing as how they were just on his property. But luckily, Fred came to the rescue. They gave him a piece of this piece of shit's clothes and let Fred loose on the property, who eventually led officers to the door of the building, which was barricaded shut and had metal on the windows. God knows what was going on. But then Fred sat down at the door and gave the he's in there and waited for officers who broke down the door and found the girl and her father in miserable conditions. According to the officer, quote, there was no ventilation and air conditioning inside the small outbuilding. There was barely any food or water for the child. The outbuilding had a strong ammonia smell where the two had been urinating and defecating in a 5-gallon bucket. And then you saw Fred's partner, Deputy Richard Tidwell of Rutherford County Sheriff's Office, said that upon breaking the girl free, she gave Fred a big old hug and kiss, and Fred kissed her back, and Fred was awarded with a piece of pizza and some chicken for the job well done. And the father will be going to jail, and the girl is now in the protective care of Tennessee's Department of Children's Services.
Are we gonna pretend that Fred found them by sniffing the guy's clothes and not the buckets of shit and piss? Are we gonna pretend that?
Can we get a picture of Fred back
He's
up?
a bloodhound.
Can we call it what it is? He smelled piss and shit.
Fred's got a little tiz in him, doesn't he?
He does have a little tiz in him.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He still got the job
Go
done.
get him, Fred. Go get him.
He still got the job done. That was still a very dark story, though. I mean,
Yeah. What do you mean?
Still a good one.
Everything's
I'm
fine.
happy that it ended well, but no, I mean that girl's like it's not great.
What?
It's a child abduction story where she nearly died, and there's
It's a happy
buckets of
ending.
piss and shit. There's a
fine,
dog
though.
that looks a little off.
Could have been worse. You got to meet Fred. All right. Whatever. I tried. That's gonna do it for Hard Factor. Thank you for listening. We're in the home stretch here, guys. We're counting down to vacation. So we appreciate you being with us every day. Sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/Hard Factor. We're getting members in there left and right. We need to start reading those off again. We'll do that.
You're gonna
when we
hear.
What's on
you're
the
gonna
Hive Hour
hear
this week?
what you're missing on the
Yeah.
Patreon this next week. We're gonna play a
Sample.
Florida Man Friday and a Hive
right.
Hour.
What's on the Hive Hour this week that they can find?
Olympics mainly. We talk
a
about
lot of Olympic
a
talk.
lot of Olympic sports
yeah.
that have been removed.
You won't believe what sports got taken out of the Olympics that should come back, and also how the fucking British cheated in the 1906 tug of war Olympics. You
And
won't
the
believe how
French
they-
cheated as well with an event that
yeah,
is in there.
Yeah.
So
So you get one of those every week, one Florida Man Friday every week. So that's 8 additional episodes a month.
Oh,
sometimes
and
more.
Pops clutch.
you can hear what Wes's requirements are for a solid viewing Summer Olympic experience when it comes to women's gymnastics. He needs one thing, and he's got it this year.
We all do, Pat. We all have it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, good. Well,
What a,
that's
what a treat.
What a treat.
gotta
Okay.
listen to that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks guys for being with us. Have a great fucking day.